Hello, this is Di, Antinatalist, and the one thing about life and living, to me, which makes it a void as a matter of, it being worthwhile living, is that it is so very unpredictable. And as you can see, the lightning in the background behind me, nothing is predictable in this world. Whether we are going to have a lockdown for like 5 months because of a pandemic, that's certainly never happened in our lifetimes. Whether a car runs over you or whether a train jumps the track, whether a driver was speeding and runs into your house while you're watching TV, whether you get a really bizarre injury or a virus and you need a kidney or a liver transplant, or just maybe a one-night stand, or perhaps like a risky sexual experience with same sex or opposite sex, leaves you with a crippling, venereal disease, or they call them STIs now, STDs. Cars are passing me, so I'm having to stop my recording. So anyway, there's always somebody in front of you and somebody in back of you. I mean, when there's 7.6 billion people, there's just too many fuckers around, and I'm forever trying to find peace in nature or somewhere without others blocking the way. And even at the park when I go walking now, I can't even get peace there because so many people have nothing better to do, and they're just loitering or hanging out with their friends and whatever. And because of the pandemic, there's so many more people without jobs, or they can't go out to eat, or they can't go out to the cinema, or they cannot go out to the bar or on vacation. So there's so many more people around, and it's just really, really frustrating. But anyway, back to my my story here with the lightning in the background. Everything in life is so unpredictable. Like, I could never, believe some of the things that have happened in my life. And like just a couple of weeks ago, I had like this really, really weird like spots that just surfaced on my arm. I went to the doctor. They didn't know what it was. I had like 3 evaluations from a doctor, and nobody seemed to know what these spots were. Now the spots are completely gone, and the spots were on both arms. Let's see, I just had another really interesting scenario, but I'm not going to go into that. But it was quite painful, and I actually figured out the cure for it. Not one doctor who saw me knew the cure for this problem, and I figured it out myself. So, these medical problems and issues and just injuries and traumas, they have just keep happening in my life. And I mean, whether, you're 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60 or 70 or 80, 90, I mean, each stage of the way, there was just so much unbelievable harm and unpredictable harm. And because life is so unpredictable and it is preventable, there is absolutely no reason to keep bringing people into this shit show, this very hazardous earthly life. And, I'm really regrettable because my parents saw nothing of the future for me, and they didn't place me into a nice world. And the world wasn't nice in 1961, and they knew it. And, it's forever more just disastrous. I mean, there's just so many disasters. And I really hope this pandemic shakes some people into recognition that life is not worth giving another soul. The fact that life is so incredibly unpredictable, and that anything can happen to anybody at any time. This pandemic has affected young and old, and rich and poor, and you know, there's just no way to halt all of the scenarios that cause harm to one's life. And if it's not a pandemic, what is it next? I mean, we're not through with viruses, folks. I mean, this is just the beginning of some real climate change issues. And the fact that, you know, people, you know, fly at the drop of a hat, the fact that most of us are, you know, jet set and we travel, that just means that we're all liable to, you know, become infected with something. And it, you know, it's a very global world. And go, God, you know, I have my hazards on, God damn it. I wish people would mind their own fucking business. So anyway, with the lightning, the beautiful lightning in the background, that is why I stopped. Where was I at? Global, yes. The fact that harm is global, and the fact that we are so global in our travel, means that we could just infect this whole planet just, you know, suddenly, and without, you know, any kind of stopping it. So I foresee, you know, a lot more planetary mishaps, and way worse than this. I mean, you know, this really wasn't even bad. It was, you know, I mean, it killed, you know, some people, this pandemic, the COVID-19 virus, but it's certainly not the worst disease that ever came to mankind. I mean, it's pretty shallow, as a matter of fact, and, you know, it's nothing but a flu. And of course, you know, the sickest people are going to be catching the virus. But, you know, what's next? Are we just going to have to just, you know, all suffer? I mean, for months and months, are we going to have to do without food, electricity? Is our fuel, our capability to, you know, use fuel or water, is that going to be challenged? What's next? And I don't want to stay around to see what's next. I don't want to suffer. I mean, who wants to suffer? But I do predict worse things to come in the future, and optimism is very shallow, and optimism is a big lie. Optimism is phony, and it's delusional. So if you think things are bad now, just wait. But anyway, I just wish it wasn't so goddamn busy here. I just wish I had some peace while making my fucking video. And I wish these constant cars, you know, 7.6 billion global people, you know, walking around. I just really wish I had some peace making this fucking video, so the lights wouldn't disturb the beautiful thunder and lightning in the background. But anyway, that's my anger video. Yeah, today I'm pretty angry about it all. And, you know, just fuck all of these people who are in front of me. Some are slowing down to see what's going on, you know, fuck people. Hate fucking human nature. You know why? Because I'm very different than most humans. I fucking am. But I hate most of them. So, thank you for watching my video. This is Di, Antinatalist.